Let's talk about how to learn math. I have to share my favorite hashtag because when all else fails, that is the answer. It's do math. So that's why I always like to use this hashtag. So let's start out with do math. So it's not going to be the type of subject where you can just listen to someone talk or read a math book really quickly or watch a quick video even if it's the best video, the best teacher, anything. You've got to get in there. It's hands-on. You have to do it. It's kind of like when a gymnast does one of those backflips, right? And you think, "Oh, they make it look so easy." Right? But you don't know until you get in there and try it. So you have to be able to do it for yourself. It's an independent subject. So the only way that you know that you can do it is if you get in there and try and do. So we also want to make sure that we're not just memorizing, different formulas and processes and steps, although those things help you with learning to understand. But eventually you need to understand really what's going on because everything that happens with in math is for a reason. There is a reason behind it. And so it helps when you look for patterns and try to catch on and connect patterns really quickly. Um, but we want to be seeking to really understand the why behind things. And sometimes you might just have to memorize something, to get through for a test. But really, in order to learn and understand math, you've got to get beyond just memorization. Third, all right. We want to make sure that we don't have any learning gaps. So just like when you're building a house, you have a foundation and then you do it in steps, right? So same thing. If we're missing something, as soon as you identify that you're missing something, you want to make sure you get in quickly and fill those learning gaps. All right. So that you don't have to just understand like how to connect from A to B because you don't know really what happened in between there. You need to get in and figure those things out. So fill in your learning gaps if you miss something along the way. Step four, this is a big one. I always tell my students is when you're practicing, because you should be practicing, right? Your homework, use those answer keys, right? Use those answer keys. So do your problem, then quickly look and check and see if you got it right because that's going to help you identify your mistakes very fast so you don't keep making the same mistake from problem to problem. And even better, this one is so important and underrated, but it builds confidence. And we need to know when we're doing it right, not just kind of think maybe I got it right, right? So when you have that confidence, that is a game changer. And so one of the ways to get that is to use your answer keys so you get constant feedback and know if you're right. Now, when you think you've mastered a topic, try to teach someone. You'll find that you can actually even understand it further. So that is going to help you. So as soon as you think you understand it, when you go to teach someone, that's going to increase your understanding because it forces you to figure out more of the why when you have to come up with an explanation or even answer somebody else's questions. So try teaching someone. And then, of course, remember that you can't cram math. Kind of how we were saying up here in number three, you learn it in layers, really, right? You have a foundation. So if you all of a sudden have a math test and you haven't done any of your practice in your homework, and then you try to cram, right? There's no such thing because we don't have time to do that because you have to do all of the problems. That's how you learn. And so if you go and try to cram, there's not going to be enough time to try to teach all of those skills. So make sure you keep up and do your homework along the way so that you are laying the foundation as you go. So those are my expert tips for how to learn math. And remember, it can be summed up easily in one thing: do. Make sure you're doing it.